What's happening, YouTube? It's great to see you again in the One Plus Den of M. It is so hard to believe that we are already at the halfway point of Moon Knight. It's episode 3 this morning. It's 3:03. It's crazy. We wait so long for these shows and they're over in just, the blink of an eye. The Marvel series in particular, they're very short, I feel. I've really been enjoying these series. This one in particular, I loved episode 1. Episode 2 I liked, not as much as episode 1, but episode 2 was interesting because we got to meet Mr. Knight. We also got to meet Layla. We found out some interesting things. So Arthur Harrow was the previous avatar for Khonshu. And I thought it was interesting that he specifically said he was the previous avatar and not the previous Moon Knight. So I'm wondering if Moon Knight is kind of the manifestation of Mark Spector, whereas Mr. Knight is the manifestation of Stephen Grant, and it would have been different for Arthur. So I don't know that he was necessarily Moon Knight. He was an avatar for Khonshu, though. So I would be really interested to see kind of what he looked like when he, summoned the suit. Now, Mark has gone to, it looks like they're going to Amit's temple, something along those lines, because now that Arthur has the scarab, they are going to be trying to beat him to this location, which is in Egypt, and that's where we left off in the last episode. Now, apparently there is like a third persona or a third personality that could potentially be popping up in the Moon Knight, I guess, the history of Moon Knight. I can't think of his name, but it'll be interesting to see if they bring that in, because that's a lot. I think it'll be a lot to digest in one season. Anyways, that's enough out of me. Let's get into it. I said temple earlier, but it is tomb. So they are looking for Amit's tomb. They skipped the fanfare again. So first episode didn't have it, second one did, third one does not.
Really? Oh, wow. Oh. What are we dancing? We fighting? What are we gonna do?
Oh, so I guess that goes both ways. What did Steven do to them?
Steven, what did you do? I swear it wasn't me.
Yes! Yes!
Praise Amit. What are you doing?
Sending the gods a signal they can't ignore.
You're getting desperate, old bird.
So I wonder if we're gonna get a live-action Bast, because she's supposed to appear in Thor: Love and Thunder. And apparently Bast is the half-sister of Khonshu.
Of action. Speak your purpose.
I call for judgment against Arthur Harrow!
We'd have many followers. I didn't know who to trust.
Someone had to know something.
One man, a Magi named Senfu.
Come with me. I'll help you find what you need.
Madripoor, I'm sure you two will have a lot to talk about.
Madripoor.
For a moment.
Oh.
That first piece and fold it over the middle piece. This one? Yes, that one. Good start.
Hey, what are you doing?
Gee. I was quite interested in seeing how that puzzle comes together. And now he's broken it. Oh, the bones!
What do you mean?
He killed her father,
Someone
didn't
had a
he?
right to know.
You don't.
Rude?
I remember that night. I remember every night.
That's convenient.
Do what I do.
So did I miss something? Why isn't he already at the tomb?
I'm going to do what you could not. Then when it's finished, I owe my victory to you.
This is annoying. I love this show so much. Oh my god. I can't take this once a week anymore. I need more. I need more. I actually missed. I was very wrapped up in that episode. Like I was very I don't know if absorbed is the right word, but I was like very focused on this episode. There was a lot of talking. I think in comparison to the other episodes where I think there was kind of a lot going on with their conversations, whereas these conversations or the conversations in this episode seem to have a lot more meaning to them. So it was kind of easy to get sucked in. And I was very quiet for this episode, actually. I think the first two, I was pretty chatty as I normally, I guess, talk through these things. But this one I was really like paying attention, very focused on what they were saying. Silly me, totally. I don't know if I missed it or if there wasn't one. I'm gonna have to go back and watch. But I didn't think to look for the barcode for this episode. I thought about it before the episode, and then I just got so sucked into it that it just didn't even cross my mind. I have a suspicion that Steven's mother is dead. Now, I've mentioned that on a few Facebook groups and a few fan pages, and a lot of people have pointed out that Amit is like an alligator goddess, and that is that's mentioned, I think, in episode 2. And Steven keeps saying later gators to his mother when he leaves her the voicemail. So a lot of people are suggesting that, she's going to have some kind of connection to the goddess Amit. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm loving the vibes that we're getting from this. This is absolutely unlike anything we've seen before in the MCU. I know a lot of people are going to complain about the CGI in this episode. I'm waiting to hear about that once everybody actually wakes up at, like normal people do instead of staying up all night. It doesn't seem like they went kind of all the way like they could, but again, like I said in the first episode, I kind of think that they might be kind of conserving their resources, and we're going to have some pretty CGI heavy moments in episodes 5 and 6 specifically. Where did Mark go? Because Steven said it wasn't him, and Mark's missing time. So it seems like we've got a third personality here. And at one point I was kind of like, well, did Khonshu just take over the body? But that doesn't seem to be the case. There seems to be somebody else. And I actually think there were a couple moments in this episode where that somebody else was masquerading is a word. But basically pretending to be Mark. I think in the car scene when he was like, no, you don't know anything about me, I don't know that was necessarily Mark. The other reference that they made was to Madripoor, and I didn't even think of this. I guess I've been pretty absent-minded when it comes to this show because I really don't know anything about the character, but this in particular, rumor has it that Sharon Carter is going to show up. Now, that being said, the director said that there weren't any direct ties to the existing MCU, so super excited for next week's episode. I need more. But like I said, I think 4 is going to be really big, and then 5 and 6 are going to be huge. So I am really excited that we're midway now. I was a little sad when I started watching it, but I will be watching this for the next week anyways. I'll probably watch 1, 2, and 3 in order. I'll probably watch 3 again this morning, actually, after I finish editing this. I'll have it with breakfast after I take the dog out. That's kind of been my routine for the past 3 weeks. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And of course, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons because we've got this coming up. So be sure to stay tuned. And as always, thanks again for joining me in the 1+ Den of M. Bye.